She thought she moved to the mountains to escape her past, but the night she opened her door to a dying wolf, her entire destiny changed. Because that wolf wasn't an animal, he was the alpha king of a hidden kingdom. And when she touched him, she awakened a power the world thought was extinct. Now witches want her dead, wolves want her claimed, and a prophecy older than magic is pulling her into a war she never asked for. This is the story of the human girl who healed the cursed alpha, and accidentally became the queen destined to save or destroy them all. Before we open this chilling story, tell me, where are you watching from? Let's see who's brave enough to stay till the end. The rain didn't fall, it attacked. Thunder shook the mountains like angry giants stomping in the dark, and lightning flashed so bright it made the trees look like they were twisting and reaching toward the sky. Serena gripped the steering wheel of her old Jeep, her knuckles turning white. "Please don't break down on me now," she muttered at the dashboard. The engine sputtered but kept going. She let out a breath she didn't know she was holding. It was her first month living alone in the mountains after quitting her job as a trauma nurse. Too many long shifts. Too many patients she couldn't save. The last one, a little boy, still haunted her dreams. Her therapist said she needed distance and healing. Fine. She found a place where nobody could find her unless they got lost on purpose. The tires crunched onto her gravel driveway. Her cabin sat in the middle of towering pines, the porch light flickering weakly as if even it was scared of the storm. Serena grabbed her bag and sprinted through the rain. She made it to the porch, soaked, shivering, annoyed, and shoved her key into the lock. Then she froze. There was a sound. Not the usual storm noises. Not thunder. Not wind. A deep, low groan. Like something big and hurt. Serena's heartbeat quickened. Her instinct said go inside, lock the door, forget you heard anything. But her medical training forced her to stand still and listen again. Another sound. A rough, painful breathing. "Hello." Her voice trembled. "Is someone out there?" No answer. But the breathing grew louder. Serena lifted her phone and turned on the flashlight. Slowly, very slowly, she stepped toward the left side of the porch. The beam of light revealed something so massive she stumbled back. A wolf. A gigantic wolf. Bigger than any wolf she had ever seen in documentaries or books. Its fur was jet black, soaked from the rain, and its body rose and fell in uneven breaths. Blood pooled around it, mixing with the water dripping from its fur. "Oh my God," Serena whispered. She should run. She should scream. She should do anything except walk closer. But she couldn't stop herself. Something pulled her forward. Hey there," she whispered. "Can you hear me?" The wolf lifted its head weakly. Its eyes, silver and glowing faintly, met hers. Serena felt a jolt run through her stomach, like she had just touched an electric wire. For a moment, she forgot how to breathe. The wolf wasn't snarling. It wasn't trying to bite. It was looking at her. Like it understood her. Like it trusted her. That terrified her more than anything. She knelt down cautiously. Her hands shook as she examined the large wound on its side. Something metallic and dark was embedded deep inside. Silver. But twisted, burned, and glowing faintly, as if covered in some strange substance. "You're dying," she whispered. "You need help. You need more than help." The wolf released a soft sound like a whine. She swallowed. "Okay. I'll try. I'll try, just don't bite me, please." She went inside, grabbed her emergency medical kit, and returned. The wolf didn't move. Didn't resist. It simply watched her with those strange silver eyes. As she cleaned the wound, she murmured, "I must be crazy. Helping a wolf. A giant wolf. If Mom were here, she'd faint." The wolf blinked slowly, almost like it understood the joke. "You're not making this easier," Serena said, trying and failing to keep her voice steady. The moment her fingers touched the metal shard in its wound, a sudden spark of blue light shot across her skin. "Oh." She pulled back. What was that? She stared at her fingers. They tingled, glowing faintly for a split second before returning to normal. "Nope," she said aloud. "I'm hallucinating. I'm tired. That's all." But she wasn't tired enough to imagine what happened next. The wolf's body began to shake. Its bones cracked. Its shape blurred, stretched, twisted. Serena fell backward, dropping her flashlight. No, 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 this isn't happening. The wolf's form shifted, rising into something human-shaped. The fur vanished. The limbs lengthened. The snout disappeared. Where the wolf had been, a man now lay on her porch. A dangerously handsome man with black hair, pale skin, and sharp features. His eyes, still silver, glowed in the darkness. He was completely naked except for the blood-soaked fur that slowly dissolved into nothing. Serena scrambled backward, her back hitting the wall of the cabin. The man, weak, shaking, barely conscious, looked up at her. His voice was low and rough. "You shouldn't have helped me," he whispered. "You're not supposed to exist." Serena stared at him, her mind spinning in circles. I definitely need sleep." Then she fainted. Serena woke up to the sound of rain. For a moment, she thought the wolf, the man, everything had been a strange dream brought on by exhaustion. Then she heard a groan from her couch. She sat up slowly. The man, the one who had been a wolf minutes before, lay on her couch wrapped in her blanket. His breathing was shallow, and his skin looked pale, almost gray. He opened his silver eyes. "You're awake," he murmured. Serena nearly fell off her chair. You talked." "I've always been able to talk," he said, wincing as he tried to sit up. "Just not while dying on your porch." "But you were a wolf. And now I'm not," he replied calmly. Serena stood, pointing a shaky finger at him. "That doesn't happen. People don't do that. Wolves don't do that." The man let out a weak breath that might have been a laugh. "We're not wolves." "Not exactly." She stared. "Who's we?" His expression turned serious. "My people," he said. "Shifters. A hidden race that lives away from human eyes." Serena's jaw hung open. "Shifters. As in, werewolves?" He tilted his head slightly. "Not the kind humans tell stories about. But close enough." Serena sat down before her legs gave out. "Right. Yeah. Sure. Makes sense. Totally normal." He studied her, curiosity in his gaze. "You're strangely calm," he said. "I'm panicking on the inside," she replied. "Trust me." He nodded. "Your name? What is it?" "Serena." "Serena," he repeated softly, like he was tasting the word. "I'm Kale." She swallowed, unsure what to say next. "So, Kale, why were you dying on my porch?" Kale's eyes darkened. "I was ambushed. My enemies have found new magic, dangerous magic. They shot me with silver designed to kill even an alpha." "An alpha?" "Leader of my people," Kale said. "My pack. My kingdom." Serena blinked. "You're a king." He huffed softly. "A very injured one." She stared at his wound, which still glowed faintly with that strange silver burn. "How are you even alive? That thing should have killed you." "It would've," he said. "If you hadn't touched me." Serena frowned. "What do you mean?" Kale's gaze locked on hers. "Your touch did something. The poison should have destroyed my healing abilities. But when you reached for me, it weakened. Like it recognized you." Serena's voice dropped to a whisper. "Recognized me? Why would magical poison recognize me?" Before Kale could answer, something outside howled. A long, deep, haunting sound that echoed through the forest. Kale stiffened. His silver eyes flashed intensely. "They found me." Serena's heart jumped. "Who found you?" Kale didn't move. "My pack." She let out a shaky breath. "Oh, good. They're friendly, then?" His expression didn't change. Usually, she squeaked. Kale looked at her with a mixture of seriousness and regret. "They'll smell my blood. They'll know I'm weak. And they'll know a human helped me. That complicates everything." As he spoke, more howls joined the first. Dozens. Maybe hundreds. The night vibrated with their voices. Serena backed toward the door in fear. "Are they dangerous?" "Not to me," Kale said. "But to you? They will be cautious. Suspicious." "Suspicious of what?" "I'm just a nurse. Kale looked at her with a strange intensity. You touched the poisoned silver and lived, Serena. Even I felt the magic bite you. Yet it did not kill you. So I'm lucky? No, Kale said softly. You're something else. Something I don't understand. Thunder cracked, shaking the windows. Then footsteps landed heavily on Serena's porch. Loud. Many. Kale stood up, swaying, holding onto the back of the couch for balance. Kale, stop, she whispered. You're still hurt. I have to meet them, he said. If I don't, they'll break down your door. Serena grabbed a blanket and wrapped it around him. He was still naked. For the love of everything, at least put this on. Kale blinked at her. Humans are so modest. Put it on. He obeyed. Another set of footsteps pounded on the deck. A deep voice barked. Alpha Kale, are you alive? We smell your blood. Serena stared at Kale. Alpha? Like, their leader? Yes. So they are werewolves. Outside my house. Calling for you. Yes. That's fantastic. You'll be safe, Kale said. Serena shot him a look. I don't believe you. He stepped closer, his silver eyes locking onto hers. You saved my life, he said softly. And in our world, even by accident, that creates a bond. A bond. Until I understand who or what you are. I protect you. Serena swallowed. Kale, what am I? He didn't answer. Instead, he turned to the door and whispered, stay behind me. The doorknob rattled again. A wolf's snarl echoed through the walls. Kale took a shaky breath and lifted his chin. Open the door, he commanded. Serena's heart raced as she reached for the handle. The moment she opened it, rain and cold air rushed in. And dozens of glowing eyes stared back at her from the darkness. The rain poured harder as the door swung open. Serena's heart nearly stopped. The porch and yard were filled with wolves, massive wolves, larger than any natural animal could ever be. Their fur glistened under the storm, and their eyes glowed in colors she had never seen: silver, gold, deep crimson. The biggest wolf stepped forward. He shifted, bones cracking, fur receding, into a tall, broad-shouldered man with dark hair and a stern face. His voice was deep and commanding. Alpha Kale, he growled, what happened to you? Serena instinctively hid behind Kale. The newly shifted man's sharp eyes immediately caught the movement. A human, he said, eyebrows tightening. In your house. Kale lifted a hand to silence him. She saved me, Ronan. Ronan's eyes widened. She touched you? And the poison didn't kill her? Serena stiffened. Excuse me, I'm right here. Ronan ignored her and stepped closer, smelling the air around her like a predator. This isn't possible. Humans can't survive witch-forged silver. Enough, Kale said, voice low with authority. Stand down. Ronan stepped back, jaw clenched. The elders will not accept this. Serena frowned. Accept what? I just helped him so he wouldn't bleed out on my porch. Kale turned toward her slowly, his expression softer than before. Serena, in our world, saving an alpha's life is not seen as simple kindness. It is a binding act. An ancient law. She blinked. What kind of law? Kale inhaled deeply. The wolves around them quieted. Even the storm seemed to pause. A life saved, he said softly, is a life claimed. Serena stared at him. I what? Ronan stepped forward again, voice sharp. It means the Alpha owes you a blood debt. And in our law, a human who holds such a debt becomes one of two things. Kale shot him a warning look, but Ronan finished anyway. Pack protected. Or pack claimed. Serena's throat tightened. Pack claimed? That sounds like property. Kale shook his head. Not property. Bound. Responsible for. Tied to. That does not make it better, she snapped. Ronan crossed his arms. Humans can't hold power over an alpha. The pack won't allow it. The elders will demand a ritual. A ritual? Serena said weakly. What ritual? Kale stepped closer, his silver eyes flickering with something she couldn't read. A binding. A protection oath. Something to make you part of us. Or to remove the threat you pose. Threat? Serena repeated. I patched up a dying wolf. How does that make me a threat? Ronan's jaw tightened. Because a human with the power to heal a cursed alpha is not normal. Either you are part of the enemy's magic. Or something else entirely, Kale finished quietly. More wolves shifted into human forms, creating a half-circle around her small porch. They murmured among themselves. Human. Impossible. She touched the curse. She's dangerous. Kale raised his voice. Silence. The wolves instantly obeyed. Serena took a shaky breath. Kale, this is too much. I didn't ask for. I know, he said gently. But the law stands. My life is bound to yours until the council decides otherwise. Thunder rumbled again, louder as if warning them. Ronan's eyes widened. Alpha. The poison. Kale's knees buckled. Serena lunged forward and caught him. Her hands touched his arm, and a strange burst of light flashed again, blue and white, spreading across his skin. Kale gasped, gripping her wrist. Your touch, it's weakening the curse again. Serena stared at her glowing hand. I'm not doing anything. Ronan took a step back, eyes wide with fear. This is impossible. She's activating alpha magic. Kale steadied himself and whispered, Serena, who are you? I'm a nurse, she yelled. Just a nurse. Lightning cracked across the sky. Kale leaned heavily on her, his forehead brushing her shoulder. We must take shelter. Now. Ronan nodded and barked orders to the other shifters. They vanished into the storm, positioning themselves around the perimeter. Kale turned to her. Serena, inside. Now. She pulled him in, shutting the door behind them. Kale collapsed onto the couch with a painful groan. Serena fetched a towel, wiping the rain from his face. He looked up at her, eyes tired but burning with intensity. You didn't just save me, he said softly. You've changed something. Awakened something. Serena swallowed. I didn't mean to. Kale's eyes flicked to her lips, then back to her face. Intent does not matter. Magic responds to truth. Her cheeks warmed. Kale, what happens now? He sighed. Now we face the council. And whatever destiny brought you into my world. Serena looked out the window. Dozens of glowing eyes watched her from the forest. She whispered, I think my life just ended. Kale shook his head. No, Serena. Your real life just began. The storm calmed slightly by morning, leaving the forest covered in fog. Serena hadn't slept. She sat on a chair beside Kale, watching his chest rise and fall. The wound on his side pulsed with a dark, unnatural glow. She bit her lip. You're still in pain. Kale opened his eyes slowly. I've had worse. Liar. He smirked faintly. Perhaps. She leaned closer. Does your healing power not work at all? Kale's eyes darkened. This curse is not simple silver. It's witch-forged. It attacks my magic. Eats at it. It was designed to kill me slowly. Serena touched his forehead with the back of her hand. Your temperature is rising. His hand shot up and caught her wrist gently. When you touch me, the pain changes. What do you mean? He guided her hand to his wound. Kale, no, trust me, he whispered. Her fingers brushed his skin. A shockwave of blue-white energy burst through the room. Kale gasped, back arching. Serena felt her blood turn warm. The wound pulsed under her hand, shrinking slightly, the darkness fading around the edges. She jerked back. What was that? Kale panted, gripping the couch. Your power, it's healing the curse. Nothing else has. Serena shook her head quickly. I don't have power. I don't. I'm just. You are not just anything, Kale said firmly. If you were an ordinary human, touching that silver would have killed you instantly. She swallowed hard. So, what does that make me? Kale held her gaze. Something rare. Something forgotten. Before she could speak, the cabin door burst open. Ronan stormed inside. Alpha. The scouts returned. They found signs of Magnus's forces. Kale's jaw tightened. He's hunting me. He wants you dead before the council meets, Ronan said. Serena stood. Magnus? Who is that? Kale explained quietly, a rival alpha. He wants my throne. He made alliances with dark witches to take it. Ronan pointed at Serena. And now Magnus knows a human saved you. That news will spread. Some in our world will see you as a miracle. Others will see you as a weapon. Serena blinked. A weapon? Me? Kale's voice turned low. If someone like Magnus captures you, he'll use you to break every alpha in the region. I don't even know how to use whatever this is. Serena protested. That doesn't matter, Ronan said. Power is power. Kale struggled to stand. Serena rushed to his side. You shouldn't move, she said. I have to, Kale insisted. The curse grows stronger if I stay still. She wrapped an arm around him. Then let's move slowly. Kale allowed her to support him, leaning into her warmth. Serena felt heat rush to her cheeks. Ronan cleared his throat loudly. We need to take the alpha to the sanctuary. Kale shook his head. No. The council will come to us. They already sense the shift in magic. Serena frowned. Shift? Ronan gestured to her. You. Before she could respond, a sudden violent spasm twisted Kale's body. He grunted in pain, nearly collapsing. Serena tightened her grip, pressing her palm to his wound. Blue light exploded again. This time it filled the entire cabin. Kale groaned, clutching her waist. The curse receded visibly, dark veins shrinking like burned shadows. Ronan gasped. Saints preserve us. Serena's vision blurred. Kale. I feel dizzy. He steadied her, voice rough. Don't let go. She pressed harder, and the wound continued to shrink. The pain radiated into her arm, but she held on until her limbs shook. Finally, Kale grabbed her wrist and pulled her hand away. Enough. You'll hurt yourself. Serena fell into the chair, breathing hard. Why does it take so much from me? Kale knelt in front of her, placing a steadying hand on her knee. Because your magic is waking up. And it's connecting to mine. Ronan's expression turned grim. Alpha, there's only one explanation. Kale said nothing. Serena looked between them. What explanation? Ronan exhaled slowly. Your bloodline. Serena froze. My bloodline? I don't know anything about magic. My family is normal. Kale shook his head. Your family hid something from you. Ronan continued. The last time anyone saw healing magic like yours was nearly 100 years ago. A lineage of witches, wiped out during the Blood War. Serena's chest tightened. Witches? Kale placed a hand over hers. Serena. I think you're descended from them. She shook her head quickly. No. No, that's not possible. Your touch heals, Kale said softly. It awakens my magic. It weakens the curse. Ronan added, and the poison reacts to your blood like it recognizes it. Serena looked down at her trembling hands. Are you saying I'm a witch? Kale lifted her chin gently, forcing her to meet his silver eyes. No, he said. You're something rarer. Something more dangerous. Something the world believed extinct. Her voice broke. I don't want this. Kale brushed a strand of hair from her face, his touch surprisingly tender. I know. But destiny doesn't ask for permission. Outside, wolves howled warning calls echoing through the trees. Ronan rushed to the window. Alpha. The enemy is close. Kale stood, straightening his posture despite the pain. Prepare the defenses. Ronan nodded and shifted into a massive black wolf before sprinting into the forest. Serena stood shakily. What do I do? Kale looked at her with an intensity that made her shiver. You stay close to me, he said. If the curse grows again, only you can stop it. Serena swallowed. And if Magnus gets inside? Kale took her hand, his grip warm and strong. Then he dies, Kale said coldly. No one touches what's mine. Serena's breath caught. Kale. He stepped closer, silver eyes burning. You saved my life, he whispered. And that makes you part of my story, whether you like it or not. Outside, the storm roared back to life. Magnus's forces were coming. And Serena finally understood. Her peaceful life was over. Forever. The forest shook with the sound of wolves sprinting through the trees. Serena felt her heart pounding so fast she could barely breathe. The storm clouds twisted above the cabin, crackling with strange energy. Cale stood in front of her, his body tense, his silver eyes glowing like two sharp blades cutting through the darkness. "They're getting closer," he muttered. "Who?" Serena asked, though she already feared she knew the answer. "Magnus's wolves," Cale said. "They must have tracked the magic spike when you healed me." Serena swallowed hard. "So, this is my fault." Cale turned sharply and grabbed her shoulders. "Stop. This is not your fault. Magnus has wanted war for years. He's using you as an excuse. That's all." Thunder boomed, shaking dust from the ceiling. Before Serena could speak again, Ronan burst through the door, this time still in human form but covered in mud and blood. "Alpha," he gasped. "It's Calen." Cale stiffened. "What about him?" "They took him," Ronan said breathlessly. "Magnus's wolves, they ambushed our flank. Calen fought them long enough for us to escape, but..." Serena frowned. "Wait, Calen, that's your brother, right?" Cale nodded once, his jaw tightening. "My only brother." Ronan continued, "Magnus wants you, Alpha. He'll use Calen as bait." Cale slammed his fist into the wall so hard Serena flinched. The wood splintered under his knuckles. Serena stepped forward. "Cale, we'll get him back. You're the Alpha King." Cale turned to her. "No," he said quietly. "Right now I'm still weak. If I walk into Magnus's hands without strength, he'll kill me. And worse, he'll take you." Serena's chest tightened. "Then let me heal you again." Cale shook his head. "Your magic has limits. Don't push yourself. You could die." Ronan wiped blood from his cheek. "Alpha, deciding isn't going to change anything. Magnus took Calen for a reason. He wants you enraged. Reckless." Serena stepped closer. "But you won't be. Because I'm coming too." Cale spun toward her. "Absolutely not." Serena lifted her chin stubbornly. "I felt your brother. I don't know how, but I did. Like a pull in my chest. Like someone screaming without a voice." Cale froze. Ronan stared at her. "You felt Calen?" Serena nodded. "Yes. A sharp pain, like something tearing inside me. And I saw flashes, trees, ropes, snow, wolves dragging someone. I thought I was hallucinating." Cale looked shaken for the first time since she met him. "That shouldn't be possible," he said. "I know," Serena whispered. "But I saw him." Ronan crossed his arms. "If she can sense Calen, she can lead us." Cale glared at him. "She's not going." "She is," Ronan said calmly. "Whether you like it or not." Cale growled low in his throat. "She is my responsibility. And Calen is your brother," Serena shot back. "And you're wasting time arguing." Cale opened his mouth but nothing came out. He knew she was right. Finally, he exhaled heavily. "Fine. But you stay behind me at all times." Serena nodded. "And under no circumstances," Cale added, "do you touch any magic unless I tell you to." She nodded again. Ronan grabbed a dagger from the table. "We move now." Cale turned to Serena. "Close your eyes." "Why?" "Because I'm shifting." She shut them quickly, cheeks burning. Bones cracked and reshaped. The temperature of the room dropped as Cale's enormous wolf form took shape. Serena peeked just a little, then gasped. He was terrifying. Beautiful. Powerful. A massive black wolf with glowing silver eyes. His fur rippled like shadow and moonlight mixed together. Cale nudged her hand with his muzzle. Serena smiled weakly. "Yeah. I'm coming." They left the cabin and ran into the rain-soaked forest, Ronan leading the way, Serena following behind Cale's huge form. She felt strangely protected even now, surrounded by danger, lightning, and magic. As they ran deeper, a sudden cold shock hit her chest. She stumbled. Cale stopped instantly and nudged her again. Ronan rushed back. "What is it?" Serena clutched her head. "Wait. I feel something. A pull." Stronger now. Like someone is begging. Kale shifted back into human form, ignoring the rain, and crouched in front of her. Is it Kalen? Serena nodded. Yes. He's north. Past the river. But he's not alone, someone powerful is with him. Ronan cursed. The witch. Kale's face darkened. Serena's pulse quickened. Witch? As in, someone like me? No, Kale whispered. Someone who wants to kill everything like you. Serena shivered. Kale grabbed her hand. Stay close. And stay quiet. Together, they sprinted toward the forbidden northern forest. The forest felt wrong, colder, darker, unnaturally silent. Even the wolves slowed, ears low. Ronan whispered, Magnus's territory starts here. Kale growled softly. Magnus never fights fair. Be ready. Serena nodded, holding her breath. Then they saw it. A circle of ancient stones glowing with red runes. Wolves surrounded it, guarding something in the center. Kalen, Kale's brother, was tied to a wooden post, weak and beaten, but still conscious. Serena gasped softly. Kalen's head lifted. His eyes widened when he saw Kale. Brother. A tall woman clad in dark robes with white hair stepped forward, her red eyes locking onto Serena. Ah, she purred. The girl who heals alphas. Serena shivered uncontrollably. She's looking at me. Kale stepped in front of her. Don't look at her eyes. She'll pull you in. The witch smiled. Give me the girl, Kale, and I'll return your brother. Kale growled. I'd die first. The witch lifted one finger. Kalen screamed in pain. Serena couldn't stop herself, she stepped forward. Stop hurting him, she shouted. Kale grabbed her arm. Serena. But the witch tilted her head with interest. Oh, you feel his pain, don't you? How unique. It seems you're awakening faster than expected. Serena trembled. Let him go. The witch smirked. Come closer, little healer, and I just might. Serena found herself taking one step forward, pulled by something invisible. Kale yanked her back, snarling. Don't touch her. The witch's smile widened. She's tied to your magic, Kale. She feels everything you feel. And I feel your fear for her. Kale's eyes darkened dangerously. You'll regret touching my brother. The witch raised her hand. Attack. Dozens of cursed wolves lunged from the shadows. Kale shifted mid-air, smashing into the first wave. Ronan fought back-to-back with him, claws and teeth ripping through enemies. Serena looked around wildly. The witch threw a bolt of dark energy straight at Kale. Serena screamed, Kale. Without thinking, she ran and jumped between them. The bolt hit her chest and exploded into blue light. The forest lit up like the sky had cracked apart. Serena's eyes glowed bright white. The witch stumbled backward. Impossible. Kale caught Serena as she collapsed, holding her tight. Serena. Serena. Her voice came out weak. Untie your brother. Go. Kale lowered her gently. Ronan freed Kalen. Kale lifted Serena in his arms, his voice shaking with emotion and rage. You'll pay for this, he told the witch. The witch vanished into smoke, leaving only her laughter behind. Kalen, barely conscious, whispered, You found me, brother. Kale nodded. I will always find you. He carried Serena back into the safety of the trees, her body glowing faintly with awakening magic. Serena, stay with me, he whispered. Her eyes fluttered. I'm trying. Kale held her tighter as the storm roared around them. That night marked the beginning of war. Serena woke to the sound of crackling fire and soft murmurs. She blinked slowly, vision adjusting to the dim cave lit by small blue flames dancing across the stone walls. She felt warm blankets over her and Kale's jacket wrapped around her shoulders. Ronan sat nearby sharpening a dagger. Kale knelt beside her, eyes filled with worry. You're awake, he said, voice softer than she had ever heard. Serena tried to sit up but winced. What happened? You blocked a killing spell, Kale said. With your body. Serena blinked. That sounds dumb. Ronan actually laughed. It was dumb, he said. But it saved the Alpha. Serena tried to smile. Then Kale gently lifted her hand. Her skin glowed faintly blue. "What is happening to me?" she whispered. Kale slowly let out a breath. "Your magic is awakening. And faster than we thought." "Why?" "Because you used it instinctively," he said. "Against a powerful witch." Serena ran a hand through her hair. "I didn't mean to. I just didn't want you to get hurt." Kale's expression softened. "I know." Footsteps echoed at the entrance. Kalen limped inside, leaning on a staff. He smiled weakly at Serena. "I owe you my life." Serena shook her head. "No. I just pointed." Kale and Ronan did the fighting. Kalen chuckled. "You still saved me." Kale turned to his brother. "Sit. Rest." Kalen obeyed with a smirk. "Bossy as always." Serena looked around. "Where are we?" "Ravenstone Caverns," Ronan replied. "Neutral ground. Hidden from magic detection." Kale added, "We came here to regroup. And to understand your power." Serena hugged herself. "I don't want it." "Magic doesn't care what you want," Ronan said. Kale gave him a sharp look. "Enough." Serena glanced up at Kale. "Why am I tied to you?" The witch said something about connection. Kale hesitated. Ronan answered bluntly, "Your magic responded to his. That only happens when two bloodlines are compatible." Serena frowned. "Compatible? Like, matching types?" Kale cleared his throat. "Something like that." Ronan smirked. "Or like fated mates." Kale shot him a deadly glare. "Ronan." "What?" Ronan said innocently. "She deserves the truth." Serena blinked. "Fated. What?" Kale rubbed his forehead. "It's not confirmed. Don't listen to him." Serena grabbed Kale's arm. "Explain." Kale took a slow breath. "If two beings share magic that responds to each other, healing, amplifying, protecting, it usually means their souls recognize something in each other." Serena stared. "Like destiny?" Kale didn't deny it. Ronan shrugged. "To wolves, destiny is everything." Serena sat silently, absorbing the weight of those words. She stared at the faint blue glow on her skin. "So what do we do now?" she finally whispered. Kale walked to the cave entrance, looking out at the dark forest. "We go deeper," he said. "Into the forbidden lands." Serena's stomach twisted. "Why?" Kale turned, his gaze steady. "Because that's where the answers are. Your bloodline started there. And the witch will return stronger. If we want to survive, and if you want to understand yourself, we need knowledge only found there." Ronan stood. "It's dangerous. Filled with traps. Magic storms. Creatures that haven't been seen in a century." Kalen added, "No one enters and comes out the same." Serena swallowed. "But we still have to go." Kale nodded once. "Yes." Serena took a deep breath. "Then I'm ready." Kale stepped closer, brushing a loose strand of hair behind her ear. "You don't have to be fearless," he murmured. "You just have to walk beside me." Serena's heart raced. "I can do that." Kale's fingers lingered on her cheek. "Good." Ronan clapped his hands loudly. "All right, enough staring into each other's souls. We leave at dawn." Kalen laughed softly. "He's jealous." "I am not jealous," Ronan grumbled. Serena chuckled, shaking her head. But inside, she felt something shift. Something warm. Something dangerous. And Kale felt it too. As the fire crackled and the storm quieted, Serena realized something. She wasn't running away from destiny anymore. She was walking straight into it. With an alpha king at her side. Dawn came without sunlight. A thick blanket of fog smothered the forest, heavy and unnaturally still. Serena felt the cold settle deep into her bones as she and the others prepared to leave Ravenstone Caverns. Kale was tense, restless like a chained storm. Ronan polished his blades. Kalen limped behind them, still weak but determined. Serena tied her hair back with shaking fingers. She tried to ignore the faint blue glow pulsing beneath her skin. Kale approached her. "You don't have to do this," he said quietly. "Yes, I do." He studied her face for a long moment, then nodded. "Stay close." No matter what you see, Ronan added bluntly, and don't touch anything strange. Serena raised an eyebrow. Everything here is strange. Ronan shrugged. Then touch nothing. Kaelin chuckled. She'll be fine. She's stronger than she thinks. Kael shot him a warning look. You barely survived last night. Don't push yourself. Kaelin smirked. I'm offended. I thought I looked heroic. Serena smiled softly. You were very heroic. Kaelin winked. See? Kael growled. Stop flirting with her. Serena blinked. He's not flirting. Kael shot Kaelin another glare. He is. Ronan groaned. If the Alpha brothers are done arguing over the girl, can we move? They walked deeper into the forbidden lands. The trees grew twisted and ancient, branches hanging low like skeletal fingers. A strange whispering sound followed them, as if the forest itself was alive and watching. Serena's skin prickled. Something feels wrong. Kael slowed, sniffing the air. Magic. Old magic. Kaelin frowned. The barrier. Ronan nodded. We're close. A clearing appeared ahead, glowing with faint red light. The earth trembled as Serena stepped forward. Then she froze. A tall woman in white hair and black robes stood in the center, floating inches above the ground. Her eyes glowed blood-red, the same shade Serena had seen last night. Serena whispered, "That's her." Kael stepped in front of Serena, teeth bared. "Witch." The Witch Queen smiled. "Alpha Kael. Brave as always. Predictable as always." Kaelin snarled. "You hurt me. I owe you a broken neck." The witch laughed softly. "Oh, little wolf. You are alive thanks to her." She pointed directly at Serena. Serena took a step back. Kael snapped, "Don't look at her. Her magic manipulates emotion." The witch tilted her head, watching Serena with amusement. "You awakened beautifully, child." Serena stiffened. "I'm not your child." "Oh, but you are." The witch floated closer. "You carry my blood." Kael's entire body tensed. "You're lying." The witch's smile deepened. "Do I look like I need to lie? Ask her." She pointed at Serena. Serena's throat tightened. "My family never had magic." The witch circled her like a predator. "Your family hid magic. They hid you. You are the last of the Lumerous bloodline. My bloodline. My descendant." Serena felt her legs weaken. "No, that can't be true." Kael stepped closer protectively. "Don't listen to her." But Serena couldn't breathe, couldn't think. Her pulse raced as the witch's words sank in. The witch stopped right in front of her. "You feel the pull, don't you?" she whispered. "The visions. The sensations. Magic calls to its origin." Serena whispered, "Why me?" The Witch Queen reached out a hand. "Because you were born with a gift meant to rule alphas. A gift meant to break kingdoms." Kael growled. "Don't touch her." The witch smirked. "Why?" "Afraid she'll realize what she is." Serena forced her voice to stay steady. "What do you want from me?" The Witch Queen's eyes gleamed. "A simple bargain." Kael snapped, "No." The witch ignored him completely. "Come with me," she told Serena. "Leave the wolves. Leave the human world. Train under me. Become the weapon you were meant to be." Serena whispered, "Weapon." Kael grabbed her hand instantly. "She is not a weapon." The witch spoke louder. "Don't you want to know who you are? Why you can heal cursed magic? Why you can feel an alpha's pain?" Serena stayed silent. The witch leaned closer. "Come, child. Your destiny is not beside a wolf king." Kael pulled Serena behind him. "Her destiny is hers alone." The Witch Queen's smile turned sharp. "Prove it." She snapped her fingers. A portal of red fire opened beside Kaelin. Chains shot out, wrapping around his neck and wrists. Kaelin screamed as the magic burned his skin. Kael roared in rage. "Stop." The witch laughed. "Make her choose, then." She pointed at Serena. "If you come with me, I release him." Serena shook her head in horror. "No." "And if you refuse," the witch said coldly, "Kaelin dies." Kaelin gasped, Serena, don't. Serena stumbled forward. Let him go. Kale held her back, desperate. Serena, Eno. She looked at Kale, tears building. I can't watch him die. Kale gripped her arms. If you go with her, she wins everything. She takes you. She uses you. She destroys us all. Serena's voice cracked. But your brother. Kaelin yelled through the pain, don't choose me. I'm not worth a kingdom. Serena sobbed, I don't know what to do. The Witch Queen lifted her hand. The chains tightened, and Kaelin cried out again. Serena screamed. Stop. A blast of blue light exploded from her chest, pure instinct, pure emotion. The shockwave hit the chains, snapping them instantly. Kaelin collapsed to the ground. The Witch Queen flew backward, slamming into a tree. Kale stared, stunned. Serena, you broke her spell? Ronan whispered in awe, impossible. Serena fell to her knees, gasping. The Witch Queen stood, dusting herself off, amused instead of angry. Impressive, she said calmly. Your power grows. Kale helped Serena up, holding her close. The Witch Queen tilted her head. You will join me eventually. When the wolves fail to protect you. When your magic outgrows them. And when the truth of the Alpha bond breaks your heart. Serena's breath caught. What bond? The Witch Queen smirked. You haven't told her yet, Kale? Kale's jaw clenched violently. Enough. The Witch Queen laughed softly. She will learn. And when she does, she'll come to me. She vanished into a swirl of red smoke, leaving behind a chilling silence. Serena turned to Kale. Kale, what bond is she talking about? Kale didn't answer. And that terrified her more than the Witch Queen. The forest was silent after the Witch Queen's disappearance, but the air crackled with tension. Ronan rushed to Kaelin's side. You alive? Kaelin coughed weakly. Barely. But yes. Serena rushed toward him. I'm so sorry. Kaelin laughed breathlessly. Don't apologize. You just blew up magic chains like they were noodles. Serena gave a weak smile. I didn't mean to. Kale snapped sharply. You used too much power. You could have died. Serena's smile faded. I was trying to save your brother. Kale stepped closer, voice tight. And I almost lost you instead. Ronan cleared his throat. Alpha, we should keep moving. The Witch Queen won't stay gone for long. Kale turned away from Serena but took her hand firmly. Stay by me. Serena pulled her hand back. No. Not until you tell me what she meant. Kale froze. Kaelin sighed. Brother, just tell her. Kale closed his eyes for a moment, then spoke softly. There is a bond forming between us. Serena blinked. Bond? You mean, magic? It's more than magic, Kale said. It's an alpha bond. What does that mean? She whispered. Kale looked at her with painful honesty. It means my magic recognizes yours. My spirit responds to yours. My life is tied to your touch, your emotions, your pain. Serena's heart thudded. That sounds beautiful. It's dangerous, Kale corrected. If you grow stronger, the connection grows stronger. If you die. He swallowed. I die. Serena's stomach dropped. What? Kale whispered, you are becoming my other half. The one fate chose for me. Serena stepped back, shaken. I didn't choose that. I know, Kale said softly. Neither did I. Kaelin added gently, it's rare. Rarer than royal blood. But real. Serena rubbed her arms. So I'm your mate. Kale shook his head. Not exactly. Not yet. But the bond is forming. Fast. Too fast. Ronan said simply, it explains why her magic heals you. Why she felt Kaelin's pain. Why her visions are so strong. Serena whispered, I'm scared. Kale's expression softened instantly. He stepped closer, touching her cheek gently. So am I. She looked up at him. Kale, what do we do? He rested his forehead against hers. We accept what fate gave us. Serena swallowed hard. I don't know if I'm ready. Kale's voice dropped to a whisper. I will never force you. The bond will grow whether we want it or not. But I'll protect you until the world ends. She felt warmth spread through her chest. Kaelan cleared his throat loudly. Well, if we're done having a moment. Ronan smirked. Finally. Kael stepped back, slightly embarrassed. Serena smiled weakly. We're okay. Kael nodded. Good. They continued walking deeper into the forbidden lands. The trees grew thicker, darker, and twisted with old magic. Strange symbols glowed faintly on the ground. Serena shivered. This place feels alive. It is, Ronan replied. This forest was created by ancient witches. It reacts to emotions. Serena paused. Emotions? Suddenly, the ground trembled. Kaelan jumped. What was that? Ronan sniffed the air. Fear. Someone is afraid. Serena whispered, Me. I'm afraid. Kael grabbed her hand instantly. I'm here. The trembling slowed. Serena frowned. Wait, the forest felt that. Ronan nodded. These lands feed off magic and emotions. That's why we must stay calm. Kaelan muttered, Tell that to the Alpha. Kael glared silently. But Serena suddenly gasped and grabbed her chest. Kael rushed to her. Serena. She fell to her knees, clutching the dirt. I feel something. Something pulling me. Like a rope tied around my heart. Kael knelt beside her, voice tight. Is it pain? No, she whispered. It's calling me. Ronan's eyes widened. She hears the forest. Kaelan whispered, That's impossible unless. Serena lifted her head. Her eyes glowed faint blue. There's something waiting, she said. Something that knows me. Kael's jaw tightened. We follow her. Ronan nodded reluctantly. If she can sense the path, we should trust it. Serena stood slowly, led by an invisible pull. They followed her for an hour through twisting roots, broken stones, and glowing pools of mist. Finally, they reached it. A ruined temple of black stone, covered in vines and ancient symbols. A pulsing blue crystal floated above the altar inside. Serena whispered, This is mine. Kael gripped her shoulder. Serena, wait. But she stepped forward. The crystal responded, flaring to life, shooting beams of light that wrapped around her hands. Her heart pounded. Her body warmed. Her lungs filled with strange energy. Serena gasped as memories not her own flooded her mind. Women in white robes. A circle of witches casting healing spells. Wolves kneeling before them. A betrayal. A massacre. A bloodline destroyed. Serena screamed as the visions overwhelmed her. Kael sprinted forward, grabbing her before she fell. Serena, stay with me. Ronan and Kaelan rushed in, blades drawn. The temple shook violently. The crystal exploded into dust. Serena collapsed, unconscious, but glowing like a star. Kael held her close, whispering desperately, Serena, don't leave me. Don't break the bond. She shivered weakly, then whispered the last words before passing out. I know who I am now. Kael pulled her against him, jaw clenched. And so does the Witch Queen, he muttered. As the ruins crumbled around them, one truth became painfully clear. Serena's awakening had only just begun. And the world would never be the same again. Serena's body felt heavy, as if she were sinking into the earth itself. She woke slowly, hearing voices, Kael's voice first. Serena, please. Open your eyes. Her eyelashes fluttered. She blinked into the warm glow of a campfire. They were back inside a different cave, this one larger, echoing softly with the drip of distant water. Kael's face hovered above hers, filled with worry. You're awake, he breathed out. Serena's throat was dry. What happened? Kael gently brushed a thumb along her cheek. You touched a forbidden crystal. It filled you with ancestral magic. Too much at once. Ronan added from the corner, you passed out like a dropped sack of flour. Kaelan glared at Ronan. Show some respect. She activated a relic of the ancients. Serena sat up slowly. She felt strange, stronger and weaker at the same time. Her skin tingled. Her heart thumped in her chest with a slow, powerful beat. Kael, She whispered, I saw things. Visions? Kale asked. She nodded. My ancestors, they healed wolves. They weren't enemies. They worked with them. Kale's jaw tightened. Until the betrayal. I saw that too, Serena whispered, voice shaking. A witch betrayed the pact. And wolves slaughtered the Lumerous bloodline. Ronan sighed heavily. That's why witches and wolves have been enemies for generations. Kaelin added softly, your family survived in hiding. Serena wiped tears from her eyes. But why me? Why am I the last one? Kale took her hand. Because fate saved you. And now fate brought you to me. She felt her cheeks warm. Kale. He leaned closer. Serena, your power is needed. The Witch Queen is gathering an army. Magnus too. War is coming. A sudden boom outside cut him off. The ground shook. Ronan leapt to his feet, drawing blades. They found us. Kale shifted instantly, bones cracking as his wolf form exploded into existence, larger, angrier, more powerful than ever. Kaelin grabbed his staff. I'll guard the rear. Serena tried to stand, but her legs trembled. Kale shifted back to human, rushed to her, and lifted her gently. You stay behind me. No arguments. She nodded weakly. Another explosion shook the cave, and the entrance shattered. Magnus's wolves poured inside, dozens of twisted beasts, eyes glowing red with corruption, saliva dripping from their fangs. Magnus himself stepped through the dust, huge, muscular, with scars across his face and a cruel grin. Well, he said, staring at Serena. The last Lumerous witch. And the Alpha King who protects her. How poetic. Kale growled. You won't touch her. Magnus smirked. Oh, I don't need to. The Witch Queen wants her alive. I just have to keep you busy. He snapped his fingers. Wolves attacked from all sides. Kale shifted mid-air, becoming a force of pure fury. He crashed into Magnus, claws ripping through fur. Magnus struck back, their bodies slamming into the stone walls. Ronan and Kaelin fought the corrupted wolves, but the numbers were overwhelming. Serena's heart pounded. I have to help. Kaelin shouted, Serena, no. But she was already running forward. A wolf lunged at her, its jaws wide. Serena threw her hands out instinctively. A blast of blue-white light erupted from her palms, sending the wolf flying into a wall with a crack. Ronan stared in disbelief. That's not healing magic, that's battle magic. Serena felt the surge again, strong, wild, burning inside her. More wolves rushed at her, but a shield of shimmering light formed around her body. Their claws hit the barrier and bounced off. Serena gasped. I didn't know I could do this. Kale, locked in battle with Magnus, shouted over the chaos. Serena, don't let it control you. Magnus laughed, fangs dripping with blood. Let the power flow, girl. You belong with us. No, Serena whispered. But the magic inside her pulsed harder, glowing through her skin. Kale slammed Magnus into the ground. Serena, look at me. Remember who you are. She turned, and their eyes locked. The alpha bond pulsed between them like a glowing thread. Kale's strength pushed into her, guiding, grounding. Serena took a deep breath. I'm not darkness, she whispered. I'm not corruption. I'm not your weapon. Her magic responded to her words. Blue light exploded outward, sweeping through the cave like a calm, powerful wave. The corrupted wolves stumbled back as the light hit them, their red eyes flickering, their snarls turning into confused whimpers. Ronan stared. She's purifying them. Kaelin looked shocked. No witch has ever done that. Magnus roared in rage. Stop her. But Kale pinned him down, claws digging into his throat. She is not yours to command. Serena raised her hands, focusing the light. It filled the cave, chasing the shadows. The corrupted wolves collapsed unconscious, but alive. Magnus snarled. You think this ends anything? Kale growled, it ends with you. Their fight turned brutal, claw against claw, teeth against teeth. The ground shook beneath them. Finally, with a powerful strike, Kale slammed Magnus into a stone pillar, breaking it. Magnus dropped to the floor, defeated but still breathing. Kale shifted back to human and walked to Serena, chest heaving. Are you okay? Serena nodded shakily. I think so. He lifted her chin gently. You saved us. Serena hugged him tightly, burying her face in his chest. I don't want to fight. I don't want to hurt anyone. Kale wrapped his arms around her. I know. That's why you're powerful. But the moment was short-lived. A cold wind swept through the cave. The Witch Queen appeared in a swirl of red smoke. Impressive, she said. Very impressive. Kale shielded Serena instantly. Stay behind me. The Witch Queen smiled. The bond between you grows stronger. Good. The stronger it gets, the more devastating it will be when it breaks. Serena's heart hammered. Break. Why would it break? The witch's eyes glowed red. Because an alpha bond between witch and wolf cannot survive the awakening of full power. Kale's breath caught. Serena whispered, Kale. The Witch Queen raised her hands. Say goodbye to your king. The cave exploded with red light. And everything went black. Serena woke suspended in air. She floated above ground, surrounded by red glowing symbols. The world was blurry. Her limbs felt heavy. A cold voice whispered in her ear. Awaken, child. Serena blinked and gasped. She was inside a grand, ancient chamber carved from obsidian stone. Thousands of candles floated in the air. A throne of bone sat at the far end. The Witch Queen stood beside her. It is time, the witch said. You are ready. Serena tried to move, but invisible chains held her still. Let me go. The queen smiled. No. You are here to finish what your bloodline began. Serena glared. My bloodline healed. They helped wolves. The witch's smile tightened. And they died for it. I am the last who saw what wolves truly are, traitors. Serena felt anger burning in her chest. You betrayed them. I saw it. You caused the massacre. For the first time, the Witch Queen's expression cracked. Because they betrayed me first. Serena shook her head. You lie. No, the witch whispered. They tried to seal me. Hide me. Destroy me. They thought my power was too dangerous. Her eyes locked on Serena. And now I see that same potential in you. Serena whispered, I will never be like you. The Witch Queen lifted her hand. Serena's body jerked in pain as red magic circled her heart. You don't have a choice. Serena screamed. Then, a roar shook the chamber. The walls trembled. The air rippled. Kale burst into the room in full wolf form, covered in silver winds and raging magic. Ronan and Kalen fought through the witch's guards behind him. Kale's roar echoed like a thunderstorm inside the chamber. The Witch Queen sighed. Persistent. How annoying. Kale shifted to human, taller, fiercer, more terrifying than Serena had ever seen him. His silver eyes locked onto her suspended form. Let her go, Kale growled. Or what? The witch laughed. This. Kale slammed his hand to the ground and Serena felt it. The alpha bond ignited. Silver magic erupted from Kale and surged toward her like a wave of moonlight. Serena gasped as the chains around her shattered. She fell. Kale caught her mid-air, arms around her, pulling her against his chest. Serena, stay with me. She clutched his shirt. Kale. The Witch Queen shrieked. Enough. Red fire shot toward them. Serena reacted without thinking. She lifted her hand and a blue shield burst around her and Kale, blocking the attack. Kale stared at her in awe. You protected both of us. Serena breathed shakily. I'm not a weapon. Not yours. Not hers. Ronan and Kalen ran to their side. Together, Ronan urged. We end this. The Witch Queen gathered power, red lightning swirling around her. Serena reached for Kale's hand. Their fingers touched. The alpha bond flared. Blue and silver magic intertwined, rising in a spiral around them. The room shook violently as the witch's spell clashed with theirs. Serena whispered, Kale, trust me. He nodded. Always. Serena stepped forward, magic bursting from her body like wings of light. The Witch Queen screamed, No. Serena unleashed everything, light, love, healing, rage, pain, destiny. The magic struck the Witch Queen directly. The entire chamber exploded in blinding white. Silence. Serena collapsed, but Kale caught her instantly. He held her tightly. "Serena, look at me." Her eyes fluttered open. "Did we win?" Kale smiled softly, a real, unguarded smile. "Yes. Because of you." Ronan and Kaelin approached, both injured but alive. Kaelin grinned. "Well, that was dramatic." Ronan nodded. "And loud." Serena laughed weakly. Kale cupped her face, brushing away tears. "Serena, you saved my kingdom." "No," she whispered. "We saved each other." Kale leaned his forehead against hers. "Serena, stay with me. Be my partner. My equal. My queen." Serena's heart pounded. "You want me to be queen?" He nodded. "The queen of wolves." Serena breathed deeply. Her old life was gone. Her destiny was here. With him. She smiled softly. "Yes, Kale. I'll stay." Kale lifted her into his arms, relief flooding his eyes. Around them, wolves howled in honor. Serena looked at Kale and whispered, "I didn't just save the Alpha King's life. I became his destiny." If you enjoyed this story and want more epic twists, fated mates, forbidden magic, and heart-stopping alpha drama, then don't forget to hit that like button. Drop a comment telling me your favorite moment. I read every single one, and your comments help shape the next chapters. And if you're new here, subscribe and turn on notifications, because you do not want to miss what happens next. Trust me, the next story is even crazier. Thanks for watching, Pack. Until next time, stay wild.